Okay. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Nashwan from UK Centre for Construction Innovation and Research. I'm going to look at the particular problem that we've been talking about from research point of view, and hopefully will provide you with some insight into some of the work that we've been doing for the last 15 years or so, trying to push hard the industry, government and the like to adopt and develop the integrated technologies. So my sort of really presentation is to do with the virtual reality as an enabler for construction process and as to embed the technology as part of the development. The presentation will be, I'm just going to give you a quick introduction about the Centre for Construction Innovation Research. I would like to share with you some of the issues with the construction industry that we've been experiencing in Europe and in the UK in particular, and some of the functionalities of VR and BIM that we are experiencing in Europe and the UK. And I will share with you some of our R&D, which is going to be enabler to process change and enabler the adoption of the technologies. And perhaps I'll share with you some of our future R&D in this particular respect. Just quickly, we are based pretty much on the northeast of the UK, as you can see here. This is London somewhere, so we're based here. We're renowned for virtual reality technologies, and particularly for 4 and 5D technologies that we've been developing and researching for the last 10 years or so. Basically, we work with a wide range of international and multi-international companies, varying from clients to contractors to developers. So it's quite exciting to have a view of the industry rather than only a particular sector of the industry. We're particularly focusing on the 4D, 5D technologies and the virtual reality embedded in this, and how we can improve the process. Now, before I start to talk about some of the technologies and some of the development, our view in the UK, particularly in the UK and particularly in Europe, for the last 10 years, there are certain issues with the construction industry. It's pretty fragmented. It is very little money and time spent on the design, and particularly our plan design process. And therefore, when we come to construction, we start to pick up the problems and pick up the issues. And I just sort of echo what my previous speakers been talking about in terms of the fragmentation and the role of IT in terms of bringing the process together. But basically, there are lots of problems in terms of little time spent on design, minimum communications and interaction between the construction team with the client, advisors, contractors, subcontractors. There is an issue here. The other problem is high upfront cost, and this is why, particularly in the UK, this is why prevented investment in this particular sector for some time, because there isn't any certainty about that the cost is going to be fixed, and therefore cost escalation is causing massive amount of problems in the industry. Poor site planning, this is another sort of issue, full of problems, full of issues to do with health and safety. Now, that is the problems, and whoever you talk to, people will say, well, it is one of a project, it is temporary organization, I haven't gotten used to this particular team, there is a pressure on short time, pressure on delivery, the weather is a problem. So we managed to find a wide range of problems, a wide range of excuses for our problems, for why construction is being delayed, why it's overcost, why the quality is not as it should be, and why there are massive amount of fragmentation in the process. So this is our starting point. Then we have targets that have been set in the UK for the last 10 years. Basically, the targets are to increase profit turnover, increase productivity, increase predictability, reduce capital, reduce construction time, reduce defect, reduce accident by 10, 20 points respectively. So these are major targets for rather fragmented industry. So what we need, or what we needed, that is sort of about 7-8 years ago, needed a massive boost in terms of research and development, a massive boost in terms of money spent into looking at the problems and how we're going to tackle or achieve these targets. Somebody might look at them and maybe we might need a revolution in the industry in order to hit these particular targets. So that's where we started. We started looking at how we're going to do that and what is the best way of doing it. So the vision that we're starting at, that has been shared all across Europe through lots of funding that we spent on framework 7 projects in Europe, which is particularly Europe putting a massive amount of research and development money in this particular area. So the idea is to have, the vision is to have the project life cycle, it starts from the ideas and then the design, with the BIM at the very heart of it, and then you have the client with different actors, the client, the end users, designers, contractors, facility management, and frequently looking at the interaction. And as we speak, there's lots of money being spent on research and development, and certainly I'm part of some of these teams looking at this particular model and where this model manager is going to fit. And my previous speaker was talking about major issues related to who's going to own what, if there's a problem, who's going to be prosecuted, or what's what. So therefore, the whole business process needs to be changed. The whole aspect of the process at the moment is being changed in order to. And we see this particular arrangement. We see the BIM as the glue of bringing everything together to function as a one sort of entity. So that's where we start from, and that is the overarching aspiration. I would say this is an aspiration to go, and that is the roadmap. Now, we've been doing some work in terms of the UK, in terms of what the business drivers will be in 2030 in the built environment. Given these are problems, what are the business drivers? So we came up with some business drivers. There is a massive amount of increase in public participation, the public have more power. There is massive in terms of sustainability, VR and IT to simulate processes. We have lots of, we think there is lots of end user involvement, urban and building and planning processes. Increase parking arrangements. This is happening as we speak with PFI, which is Project Finance Initiative, which the UK is leading, and DOT and other things. So therefore there is also increased partnership and collaboration. So that's a business driver towards a better construction industry. Internet is opening up, particularly Internet 2. Procurement for knowledge economy, and that's quite vital, which is the requirement as well. Energy, any project now, whatever the shape or form of the project, in Europe or in the UK, it should have an element of at least 20% sustainable renewable energy. At least 20%, and that's the law. So basically these are the sort of the drivers that we've been pushed, and how we're going to do it. So therefore things are changing. There is quite change in there. There is lots of government regulations, legislation linking energy with sustainability, with partnership, and with research arrangements. And obviously there is competition to provide efficient quality products and services. So these are sort of business drivers that we think is going to influence our built environment. So therefore, how are we going to gear ourselves in order to deliver on these big issues, on these big drivers?